Well, President Joe Biden tried to channel my former boss, President Ronald Reagan, but he might have messed up Reagan's optimistic Morning in America message by touting it's afternoon in America. Huh? I don't actually get that. But Fox News contributor Liz Peek takes that on in the fabulous new op-ed on foxnews.com. Liz Peek, what's wrong with Biden? He just can't even get that right. There's a difference between the morning and the afternoon. Tell us your interpretation from your op-ed piece, please.
Well, look, Reagan was the ultimate optimist. He knew that America's greatest achievements lay in front of her, and therefore it was morning in America with all the rest of the day to come. Biden got it completely boneheadedly wrong, claiming it's afternoon in America, which means, sounds like someone, over the hill, beginning a decline. I just don't think he got it. I don't think he got the point of Reagan's comment. It's kind of hilarious, but it's not hilarious, Larry, in that Biden's channeling of Reagan also means that he's trying to take credit for this rebounding economy, not admitting that basically all he had to do is sit back and watch this economy come back to life. And in fact, the American Rescue Plan, which he credits for what we see now, surging demand, growth in jobs, et cetera, present us with the only two problems really to our recovery, which is inflation, which has definitely taken root because, in my view, of too much government spending, and also this speed bump with hiring when so many people in America are making more on the supplemental unemployment benefits than they are going back to work. So honestly, it's kind of chutzpah to take credit for this recovery when, in fact, he has done nothing but make it slower.
Well, look, all presidents love to take credit, but I think your point here, the COVID Relief Act, whatever it was, last January, February, was not bipartisan. They had to give reconciliation. The big ones in 2020 were all bipartisan, point number one. Point number two is it may have done more harm than good, because you know what? For a month of checks, basically, was it $1,400 checks? For 1 month of that, he put in 7 months of overly generous unemployment benefits, which are still lingering and holding back. The labor market is in recovery, but that recovery is nowhere near the boom we're seeing in virtually the rest of the economy. So on a cost-benefit basis, he may have done more harm than good.
Well, that's the point. And I think if he took the time to talk to business managers across the country, big and small, he would hear that in spades. What, thankfully, we have, I think, is 26 red states now that have basically ended those extra payments. So what we hear is a pickup in job searches and jobs in those red states because people can no longer afford to stay home. That was really needed because really it isn't rocket science. You walk down the street of any town in America right now, there are help wanted signs everywhere. They cannot get people to come back to work. So that was an obvious mistake. And I think, thank heaven, so many governors around the country have decided to change that. But I also think, Larry, we're talking here about massive new tax hikes, tremendous new regulations. In the first few days of his administration, he vowed, Biden did, to roll back 100 rules and regulations that Trump had gotten rid of. This is like Obama 2.0. Bring on the red tape because that's how we're going to make this country better. It is such a mistake. And we're just in the earliest innings, but these are the best innings. These are the easy innings. It's going to get worse later on if he pushes this stuff through.
So just one last point. Going back to Reagan and Morning in America. If Biden wants to compare his situation today with Reagan's, and he quoted Reagan had fabulous growth, throughout his presidency. But here's the thing: Reagan cut taxes. This is what your article mentions. Reagan slashed regulations. By the way, he took down energy regulations and financial regulations. Some of those regs have been taken down even earlier. Trump also quite similarly. Biden's doing the opposite. So Biden wants to be Reagan or invoke Reagan, but Biden talks about the late afternoon and talks about higher taxes and higher regulations. So Biden won't even get to the early evening on his economic recovery. That's what interests me. I'll give you the last word.
Well, let's just hope that the sun doesn't set under Biden on this economy, because we don't want to see that. And there's no excuse for it, Larry. We're in a great place. Just leave us alone. Let this economy come back to life.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Liz Peek, great stuff.
Exactly.
I don't want the sun to
Thank
set
you.
either. All right, coming up